Jockeys all say as soon as you start to doubt your courage, it's time to quit. Champion apprentice Kathy O'Hara simply took her last fall in her stride.
Yeah, I landed smack bang on my head, but you know, you go out there the next time, you just ride it like it was a normal race, like it wasn't going to happen.
Just get straight back on that horse?
Yeah, straight back on the horse. I was always being taught that. Mum always told me that, just get straight back on. If you fall off, get straight back on.
Just an unbelievable thing, you know, not to be, you know, not having control of your body. Like you feel like you're there, but you're not there. It's a scary feeling. You see them not moving.
Champion bush jockey Ray Silburn has been in the spinal ward of Sydney's Prince of Wales Hospital for the past 8 months. He's now a quadriplegic after this fall at the Canberra races last February.
I can honestly say that I've been in this place for 8 months and I've only ever cried once, you know, and that was, you know, when my 4-year-old son sat on my lap probably 3 months ago and asked me when I was coming home because he was missing me. 7 months ago that I couldn't move at all. To do this is, you know, just a lot of hard work, and my mind's just, I just don't want to let it beat me. My goal's been from, you know, day one is my kids to be proud of me and be able to hold my kids.
Ray's accident was part of a black month for Australian racing. 2 young jockeys, Adrian Ledger and Gavin Lisk, were killed on consecutive days in March this year. Damien Oliver was nearly paralysed shortly after. For racing officials, enough was enough.
The results of the fall are that he was actually loaded in about 3 directions.
Yes.
Which is the flexion, as you mentioned, the compression as a result of the impact on basically sort of the crown of his head.
Dr. John Saxon and biomechanical engineer Tom Gibson are conducting a national inquiry, examining falls frame by frame. Of critical interest are jockeys' safety vests.
It moulds your body okay, but I just feel that it's just a little bit too rigid.
There is a strong view from jockeys that vests are a major problem at the moment. They say they are too stiff, indeed they're contributing to neck and spinal injuries.
Look, I'm well aware of the concern amongst the jockeys. So the purpose of this study is to go through and look at the race falls, look at the actual injuries as they occur and see whether there's credence to what they're saying.
The other burning issue for jockeys is wasting. They are the only athletes forced to sweat it out by sitting still. Most compete on an empty stomach, riding on adrenaline and little else. Darren Beedman has 1 small meal a day.
Normally it's 1 meal a day, so you really look forward to dinner. Sit down to a hearty meal. Oh, it's going to go down well, I think, Pete. The minimum weight scale now is 53 kilos in the city, but when you get to these big races, they move the minimum weight scale down to, you know, 51, 50, 49, 48. So the jockey rides all year, and then you expect him to go down to that weight. I think it's outrageous.
So you've ridden big races zonked out from wasting?
Yeah, and you'll go there probably Melbourne Cup Day. It's very easy to pick a jockey that's been wasting. His eyes are sunken in the back of his head. He's very, you know, like that.
The average 16-year-old human is 30% bigger than he was 50 years ago. So by comparison to the normal human, the jockey's now smaller than he's ever been. He's more abnormal than he's ever been. And it's just not fair on them. I mean, we may not have jockeys in this country if they don't start moving the weight scale.
Of course, no one forces jockeys to ride. They choose to do it, and the rewards can be massive. The winning jockey of Tuesday's Cup will earn $150,000. Darren Beedman won the first of 2 back in 1990. The Melbourne Cup is little more than 3 minutes long, but it changes a jockey's life forever.
You're in a bit of a frustrating position because you can't grab anyone or hug anyone like the soccer players do or the footballers do and get in a ruck type of thing. you're there and you just, if your skin could burst, you would. You just want to explode. But the euphoria that goes with it, it goes on for 12 months. It can take you places that you've never been before. It can open doors that are shut. It's an amazing race.
Okay, Pete, well, here's the Holy Grail.
Damien Oliver has won 2 Melbourne Cups and hopes to resume riding early next year. Kathy O'Hara has already ridden in the Caulfield Cup and hopes a ride in the big one is just around the corner. Ray Silburn always dreamed of a ride in the Melbourne Cup. On Tuesday, he'll be cheering his mates on. For the record, he thinks Like a Falcon is the horse to beat. Ray will always be a jockey at heart. When you're on a horse as a jockey, it weighs half a tonne.
Yes.
You can get it up to 60 kilometres an hour.
Yes.
What are you thinking? Are you thinking, this is dangerous, I am brave?
Wish I could get up to 65 kilometres an hour.